I read 14 dark and paranormal romance books in 14 days, and today I'd like to talk to you about Born Darkly by Trisha Wolfe. This is a serial killer romance, kind of along the veins of a Joker Harley Quinn sort of situation, where he is an institutionalized murderer and she is a psychologist. It has kind of heavy Dexter vibes, and I'll make sure that I put all the content warnings on the screen, so if any of these topics are going to bother you or make you uncomfortable, please do skip this video. We're out here to have a good time. We are not trying to traumatize anybody. While we're on the topic of content warnings, YouTube has a tendency to not favor content like this that's a little less family friendly. So if you're into dark romance and you want to train the algorithm to give you more content like this from me and other people that are covering these kind of books and help me out a little bit, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It does me a huge favor. And like I said, it does train the algorithm to give you more content like this. So I want to talk to you about the things that I liked and the things that didn't work so well for me in this novel, but first I need to go over the plot a little bit. This is going to be relatively spoiler-free, but if you are super sensitive to spoilers, you can always skip this section using the timestamps down below. So the book opens with Dr. London Noble, who is a world-renowned psychologist and serial killer expert. She's been working in her field to see if she can rehabilitate some psychopaths, specifically those with serial killer tendencies or severely sadistic tendencies. And she's got a new client, Grayson Sullivan, who is known as the Angel of Maine. He kills people who have escaped or fallen through the cracks of the justice system, and it's very Dexter-esque. His preferred method of killing is to set up these elaborate traps that are basically no-win situations for the person that he's targeted. No matter what they're going to die, it's just a matter of how much suffering they're going to inflict upon themselves before they do it. These traps are specifically catered to each of these people, and they are reminiscent of the crimes that they have committed against other people. So it's kind of a Dexter Saw sort of situation. Another important part of this equation is that Grayson is incredibly intelligent. He's got 150-something IQ. He's a psychopath, a literal psychopath. Feels no emotion at all until he meets London. So now he's in her office, and he is analyzing her as much as she's analyzing him. The problem is, London is not exactly what she seems to be. She has a dark past of her own, and over the course of several sessions, what starts out as professional curiosity turns into obsession for both of them. So let's talk about some of the things that I liked in this book. I found the romance, aside from the fantastical elements of it, I found the people part of the romance to be relatively believable. The resistance of somebody in a professional situation trying to push back against the attraction she has to this man. She knows that it's wrong. She knows that it's super dangerous. It's entirely unprofessional. And her resistance to that feels very real. And in the beginning, it seems like he's the one in control. He is so intelligent and so manipulative, and even though she sees it coming, she can't quite outmaneuver him. And at first, like I said, it seems like he's the one in control, but over time you start to realize it is so much more complicated than that. I'm going to label this as a slow burn because although there is a lot of anticipation and a lot of teasing, there's not a lot of actual sex. So if that's what you're into, like if you read dark romance specifically for the smut, there's not a lot of it in this book. If you like the edge, if you like the tease, if you like the mind fuck, there's a lot of that. It's really interesting to watch these two sort of crawl into each other's minds and start digging around. The only major critique I have of this book is that it's a little slow to start. Maybe the first 20 to 30% feels a little sluggish, but that groundwork that they lay in that first 20 to 30% is necessary for the rest of the book to work. You need that established norm, which is what they do in that first part of the book, in order for the rest to feel like that, untethered spiral or unchecked spiral. So the structure works. I did just find it a little bit slow at the beginning. I do have the second book in the duet, and I'm looking very forward to reading it. If you are a dark romance girly, if you like your dark romance super dark, sort of a teetering on the edge of insanity sort of thing, this might be the book for you. Anyway, that's all I've got for this one. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Support me on Patreon if that's something that you fancy doing, or join us in Discord where we talk about books and writing and just life in general. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you in the next one.